Alright, the new one's called Emergency Mobile Stream. There I am. Alright, folks, I'm not starting yet, but it's definitely working. It's called Emergency Mobile Stream. Refresh. Let's see. One person made it over. Alright, we're going to stall here. We're going to wait a teeny little bit. We're connecting. I'm so fucking mad at this thing. Let's see if I can move this a little bit here. Alright, we'll give it a chance to get everybody over. I'll get rid of this. Let's see. Right now, if you're joining in the stream here, you are seeing the top of my hat as I shut this other thing down. Let's see here. I'll do this. There we see Clee's sister. She made it over. Alright, let me adjust some shit here. Alright, now take this over here. Tripping around here. Put some notes here. Welcome everyone. I'm giving a few more minutes here to get people over before I start pissing and moaning about pretty much everything now that I think about it. Give me time here to enjoy my smoothie that my beautiful wife made for me to enjoy before the show. That didn't happen yet. Now we're testing. Can we hear me now? Can we hear me now? Well, yeah, my wife can hear me because she's on the other side of the curtain, but I mean everybody out there in Cyberland. Can you hear me now? Let's see. Let's move this over here. And I'll move my cheater notes right there. And Sparky's probably not going to have anything to do with this train wreck here tonight. Alright. I think everybody who's coming over is here. I think we're as good as we can get right now. Welcome to my emergency live stream, season 2, episode 10. I think it is. Yeah, it's June 5th, 2021, streaming live from my living room, and I am streaming from a mobile device, and this is a throwback to when I had to stream off a phone, but then I got the GoFundMe MacBook Pro and the fancy 4K camera. Somehow tonight, this fucking thing wouldn't recognize my 4K camera, so fuck that in a bucket of goo, and we'll go mobile here. I know what I'll be doing all week long, is trying to figure out why this fucking thing doesn't see the camera, and vice versa. To make matters worse, I'm going to be referring to this as I'm really going to be fucking complaining a lot tonight episode, because the shit that went wrong is just an extension of mostly every teeny little. When one thing goes wrong, that's okay. And then when two things go wrong, yeah, fuck me. And then when the world gangs up on you. So I've had this past week car troubles with 2 different cars, trying to get our daughter launched into a new job. Little weird shit happening. That was a fucking nightmare. because my brother-in-law Jack is hard of hearing and I mock the fuck out of him all the time. The universe decided they were going to block my ears with wax that I can't fucking get out of there. My wife's been drilling on these fuckers all week long. So when you can't hear, well, I don't know if when you can't hear, but when I can't hear, I can't think. And my head gets real foggy, and Sparky goes, well, you can't really think that good when there's no wax in your ears. That's a solid point right there. So we'll have to deal with all that shit. And then to make matters even worse, the left ear isn't fully blocked. It's just a teeny little bit of thing for the sound to go through, which has created the effect of a transistor radio. So if that don't drive you to fucking smoke dope, I don't know what the fuck will. So all that shit's going on, and so welcome again. I'll try to have some fun. It can't just be the what the fuck's wrong with me show, although that's not a half bad theme. Best way to donate to me, and you can see clearly that I'm in need of funds, is donations through PayPal, amishcomic@gmail.com, Venmo, join my Patreon, or I don't even know if we can super chat tonight. I don't fucking know, because I'm still really fucking mad at the templates came up. Did you see that? Stream starting soon. That was fine. They couldn't see the fucking camera. So here we go. Let's see if more's complaining out of me. I actually have notes to complain. Oh, this is how I wrote it up. It's been a rough week for me. My cars, my ears, my careers. All this fucking shit is going on. And once again, Friday night coming. Normally I'd be very excited to be performing live. I will be at the Majestic Theater in Pottsville. But once again, I love my fans, but they do test me. Not you, Peckerheads. You fuckers are right there. And once again, when this shit fucks up, and I'm posting that we're going to run late, fucking Rockstar in the chat. Take your time. It's kind of suspense. I can't even talk. So you fuckers get it. You're totally my team. So when I piss and moan about fans, it ain't you. It's these other fucking fans. They posted on my page that, again, this Friday night show wasn't really good for them. And when will I be back there? Basically, when I'm somewhere and then if you miss it, when I'm going to be back there is a whole fucking year from now. That's basically what that is. And then there's a polite way to say that. And then there's me, how I say it. There's Richter in with the bourbon balls, which I'm going to get sidetracked here a little bit with them bourbon balls. But again, and it's a lot of fans. I love my fans, and make no mistake about that. They mean well, but a lot of times they would like me to perform in a venue in the town they live that's different than the one that I'm going to fucking be in, because they can't really just come to where I am. They would like me to go to where they normally go. So that's essentially a kind of thing that's fucking wrong with my career. And they do. And the other thing Peckerheads do, I know they don't mean nothing by it, but they will post on my fan page and or private message me, sorry, can't make it, got plans, bubble, not willing to change them, fuck you, Raymond, but let me know when you're gonna be back. So they put the burden on me to fucking tell them when I'm gonna be somewhere. That's not how my fucking career should work. That is not celebrity status. So you're supposed to join my fan page, and then when I yell at you on Facebook to get the fuck off of there and come over to YouTube, you the awesome fans do it. These fuckers want me to contact them. That's because it's too much trouble to check my schedule on my fan page, apparently. So I'm sure that's how show business works. And I'm sure that's why it's so difficult to get Green Day tickets, because when they put them on sale, Green Day has to call up fucking millions of people and say, hey, did you see there's a show that we're doing, and when you said when we're going to be around, we should let you know, so I'm letting you know. Thanks a lot. What the fuck? So that's the kind of career I have. What? The other funny thing is, my poor wife has to put up with this shit all week long. I hear shit wrong all the time anyway. With wax in the ears, I'm hearing all kinds of weird fucking shit. And a part of me doesn't want to get my ear fixed because some of the shit I hear is really fucking awesome and entertaining. Now back to Richter here, Bourbon Bowls. I'm also on call. Wait here, I gotta get my phone because I know you can hear me now, so I'll keep yapping. Okay, so I'm on call. This will be something for Richter more than anybody else. Is that our daughter and her husband are starting Twin Peaks season 3 tonight, and then what's going on there is that they watched season 1 and 2. I don't know when, but that in theory happened 25 years ago. But they watched it more in recent times. All kind of spoilers here. If you're thinking of watching any of the Twin Peaks, is mega spoilers. I don't have the spoiler banner to put up, but there's going to be a lot of spoilers here. Twin Peaks is all about Agent Cooper. It's his thing. And season 2 did not end well for Agent Cooper. Things took a dark fucking turn. And season 3, all kinds of amazing, weird shit happens. And her daughter's husband, he couldn't handle the horrible shit that happened to Cooper at the end of season 2. He doesn't have the proper medication or medical marijuana to make it through, but I goaded them into it, so if that fucks their minds up at all, I don't have to deal with that shit yet. So I'm very excited for them. I gave them some warnings. There's some really gross shit in Twin Peaks season 3, but it doesn't last long. And I realized that I'm a fucking asshole, douchebag, shit for brains, fuck me in a bucket of goo, is that I have a very amazing advantage in watching gross shit in movies. And he's been a friend of mine and a fan. He's in and out of these shows. Crenshaw, we talked about Crenshaw a lot. Crenshaw doesn't do it right now, but he used to do some movie gore. And so I watched him mix up horrible shit already. So when I see, slime vomit coming out of head and TV, I didn't get grossed out because I think, I wonder what Crenshaw would have to do if he was tasked with getting this fuck you in a bucket of goo to fly out of that person. And that's how my brain thinks. So I have what I call the Crenshaw advantage. So I was very excited about all that shit. And I'm pissing and moaning about the Pottsville show. Come to the show if you can, if you wanna, if you miss it. That's Pottsville. That's it. That's all I have on the books right now. Things that I forgot from last week. I don't even know if he's here. Last week, if you were with us, we had Dublin, Ireland in the chat, and it's fucking 2:30 in the morning there, and that launched me into some Ireland stories, and so that was a lot of fun. I don't see, it was somebody X, I can't remember, but so it was rocking the Dublin stories, the Ireland stories. Then of course in the segment, things that I forgot, a couple of things have to do with Ireland, and so since my Ireland buddy in Dublin is not yet in the chat, well, fuck it, I'm gonna do it anyway. And if he comes in late, then I'll have to redo it. But that's how we fucking roll here. Okay, things that I forgot from the. So, I know for location, because it's pissing more about people not being able to come to my show, or they don't know where it is. Majestic Theater in Pottsville. Okay, so Pottsville is about 30 miles north of Reading, give or take, and about 25 miles south and west of Tamaqua, and 3,265 miles west of Dublin, if you're trying to figure out where the fuck I am. So there's that, in case, or it's just easier for me to call you and tell you I'm going to be someplace closer. That'll work. Things that I forgot from last week's stories from Ireland. This is one of the greatest things ever invented. It is called an Irish goodbye. So basically, what that is Ireland, Irish people are so cool, you can just fucking leave any party, gathering, or get together without all the goodbyes and shit, which I am so jealous of. And they don't judge you, they just figure, they look around, and Nutsy Fagan and Patty McMurphy aren't here. They must have done a fucking Irish goodbye. That would be perfect for me because A, I love to talk. B, people seem to enjoy talking to me. And C, it can take me 3 fucking hours across 2 rooms to say goodbye to 17 different people that I haven't seen for a while. So when we say we're leaving, that could just whittle me down to like another 3 hours till I get from here to the fucking leaving door. So the Irish goodbye is fucking perfect for me. So now we go back to stories that we missed from Ireland. I've been to quite a lot of weddings in my life, and my nephew Lee and his beautiful wife Lanny, she has family in Ireland. The Irish wedding is the wedding by which all other weddings will now be measured. Absolutely fucking incredible. For one thing, when you go into the wedding, what's the worst part? It's nice, the ceremony sometimes gets a little bit long, and the people involved directly, it's wonderful for them, but then you start to get really fucking hungry, and you want a drink, and you want something walking into the actual wedding ceremony. We were served beer and cookies to have and enjoy, and I post them on my social media. If you see me with a Smithwick and a cookie, that's me walking happily into a wedding. Why the fuck didn't anybody think this up before? So instead of people sitting going, let's wrap this thing up, let's fucking go, let's go, I know all this, oh, I love you forever. Just, here, beer, cookie. You don't give a fuck, man. More speeches, more everything. Just let that shit go. That's fucking brilliant. So now we go to the wedding reception. Now, the wedding reception there, open bar, unheard of in Ireland. If people get really fucking hammered, they got a 3-fall rule. So they know people are going to get really fucking drunk at an Irish wedding. So what's one of the best solutions to sober up besides not drinking anymore? Food. Around 10 o'clock at night, they serve like a second fucking meal, like second breakfast in that fucking movie, The Hobbit or whatever the fuck it is. Did they know about second breakfast? They fucking knew about second breakfast. 10 o'clock, and fucking weenies came out, and they had vegetarian stuff for my wife. Now I'm vegetarian, so I could have taken part of it. You had to remember the story of me having a Guinness in an Irish pub, and my wife slammed the second one so I wouldn't fucking kill us driving across back to our cottage. Apparently in the day, that early, nobody's in an Irish pub except assholes like me and a couple of drunk assholes. But the sun was cutting through the windows. It was a gorgeous day, and I held up my Guinness, and the sun cut through the glass of Guinness, which to the layman here in Pennsylvania, Guinness seems brown. No, it is not. Guinness is actually fucking red, and I scared the fucking shit out of me because the sun cut through, and I thought the devil's Satan drink was now fucking gonna chew my fucking hand up, and it scared the fuck out of me. And the Irish are very proud of everything, and rightly so, and not arrogantly so. So I go for a Guinness at the bar, and I want to watch this guy pour it because that's an art form too. So he asked me how many slugs. And I'm thinking, well, this is fucking creepy. I don't want any slugs at all, like garden slugs. He says, no, there's an amount of slugs you're supposed to take for a Guinness. Average is 4 to 5. It's pretty good. I didn't know because it's more of a gulp that fucker. That's what it is. I think I'm around 4, but my wife actually nailed 1 in 1. So how about that? So I'm holding this Guinness. I complimented him on the perfect pour, and he said, something you should know about Guinness is that it's not brown, it's red. And I said, I actually knew that because the other day I held one up and the sun cut through the Guinness, and he goes, Guinness hates the sunlight. He was really fucking mad. Like somehow I was killing the Guinness. He felt sorry for the beer. So, boom, roasted. Things that we forgot. You got the Irish goodbye. We got that. We got Guinness hates the sunlight. Oh, here's another one too. Now, see, I figured since my ears are fucked up and I make a dick out of my brother-in-law, the plumber who has bad hearing, I have to do some tribute stories for my brother-in-law, Jack, so he takes the curse off my fucking ears. So, apparently, and I wish my Irish buddy was in the chat here to verify this, apparently, men crying at any of these kind of wedding events is strictly verboten. It's just, if you are shunned by the Irish, if the man cries at the thing, the men pride themselves on not crying at these kind of events. Now, my brother-in-law, Jack's son, Lee, he was the groom, right? Okay, so Jack is really fucking good. I don't know why. Because he's an awesome Dutchman knucklehead. Somehow he's fucking awesome at speaking at these kind of things. And he was very emotional. And he was tearing up and he was crying already. And he was overcome with emotion. And his son, my nephew, was so fucking awesome. They just let him off the hook. They said, just don't worry about it. It's fine. We love you. So then he sucked it up, right? He sucked it up. And he did the speech in teary eyes. And he had all the fucking, everybody fucking crying. And then we're drunk crying, right? And we're fucking, it was the thing. People came, a lot of family from this country went to Ireland for this wedding. That's fucking amazing if you think about it. I can't even get people to go to fucking Pottsville to see my fucking show. I mean, people have crossed fucking passports and all kind of shit. And he had people fucking crying. And then it was known that that was my brother-in-law. I was getting a bag of shit from drunken Irish guys. Yeah, that brother-in-law of yours, he's a right Paddy McMurphy. I haven't cried like that at a funeral. Fuck me in a bucket of goo. My brother-in-law Jack making Irish people cry, so they are called Paddy McMurphys. And I'm not sure about the Paddy McMurphy, but it was something of the effect. Then there was another fucker there. Irish people loved me, and I loved them. There's this guy. He was really fucking hammered, and he was. Well, we was outdoors, and there was horses around, and beautiful, like a castle and shit. He was staggering up this hill, and he was pissing and moaning about his grown-up children being fuck-ups, and that they had to move back in with him. He wasn't mad, but he was a little pissy pants about it. And I said, listen, you should be really nice to your grown-up children, even though they might seem like they are fuck-ups, because when you become old and incapable of taking care of yourself, you will have to depend on them. And if you piss them off now, they're not going to fucking do it. He laughed so fucking hard he almost rolled down the hill. That idea almost fucking killed him, and that almost became a thing, because he'd roll down the hill, break his legs, and the fuck up kids would have had to take fucking care of him. So hopefully he learned his lesson there. So that's a good one. Another fun thing that happened there is that my brother-in-law Jack was ordering vodka and cranberries, right? And that's what he liked. And apparently he had established some sort of rapport with the bartender where the ratio was like 9 parts vodka to 1 part cranberry juice, right? So late in the night, and we're there partying, my wife and the daughter's there and the boyfriend's there, and so I'm going over to the bar for who the fuck knows what. And then I asked if I could bring anybody anything, and our daughter said, I would like a vodka and cranberry. So I ordered whatever I ordered. Jameson probably, because that's, when in Rome, I do like the Romans. And the vodka and cranberry. So he's mixing the vodka and cranberry right before my eyes, and I watched him fill up almost a whole fucking glass of vodka, and he put in a little bit of cranberry, and he goes, vodka and cranberry for father of the groom. I said, no, that's for my daughter. And then when I watched her take a sip, and her eyes actually fucking popped out of her head. It was basically like giving her a fucking glass of vodka. So, boom, roasted. We weren't driving. That's a lot of fun. Moving right along here. Again, thanks for hanging in with me here. I don't know what the fuck happened there. It's just an extension of all the fucking cursing shit that's been going on in my fucking life here. Somehow I'm still happy. I don't even know how that works. Movie night. Did you get this? We get what I call like movie ADD, OCD. We can't fucking commit to even like a genre. Like I want a horror movie, but I don't want it too good and I don't want it too bad. And then that wears off. And then sometimes my wife and I love because we're a little fucked up. We like the natural disaster movies, like the earthquakes and all that fucking shit. That's a lot of fun. But we also like the revenge killer movies, like Denzel Washington movies, where he was a good cop, but something bad happened to him, and now he's still a pretty good cop, but he doesn't play by the rules, and he just fucking goes and gets the bad guy. That's a lot of fun. So we were looking at either something like that or Liam Neeson, who basically has devoted his career the last 15 years or so to being a bad parent who loses his kids, and then he terrorizes whoever stole his kids, and he says, I gotta read the line here so I don't fuck it up. He says, I have a special set of skills designed to get my kid back and kill fucking everybody that had anything to do with that, right? So we weren't really in the mood for that, and then I started thinking, I think it's time in Liam Neeson's career to pull what I call a Leslie Nielsen. Leslie Nielsen used to be a serious actor, and he started making comedies, and he didn't change how he acts. He acts exactly the fucking same in his comedies as he did in his fucking dramas, and I think it's time for Liam Neeson to start making comedies and keep the exact same fucking, I lost the kids, and I gotta go fucking kill everyone in my path and get those fucking kids back, but have it be a comedy. And I actually am starting to write a screenplay for his first one called The Chaperone, where Liam Neeson is a school chaperone, and they go up to Broadway, and the chaperones now these days, they're only in charge of like 4 kids, and he fucking loses them in Broadway, and he's going around to all the different Broadway shows. I have a specific set of skills designed for killing everybody in New York and getting my fucking kids back. And the kids are actually fucking gone. Now, Liam Neeson's kid in this movie, The Chaperone, he's used to it because he just, don't worry, he loses me all the time. But the other 3 kids, they're fucking new at this, right? And then he comes back on the bus, and he doesn't have the kids, and now the parents are upset, and the kids are upset, and he's not fucking upset at all because he's on a fucking path of hell and horror to get them fucking kids back. Liam Neeson in his first comedic film called The Chaperone. Huh? How about that? So there you go. Probably they could have a scene where one of the kids convince the other kids to go off and visit relatives that lived in New York City, and then they couldn't fucking tell anyone because they're assholes, and that's how kids are. But then Liam Neeson, he didn't know that, so he went in and killed all the fucking relatives of the kid who they went to see, but he got the kid back. That's the important thing right there. I like that. That's a new part. Let's write that down. That's pretty good. Okay. Another thing, sometimes I do it to myself because I'm silly and immature. I love movies, TV. I like specific things. I really loved Breaking Bad. I watched it. We watched it. We cooked up blue meth taffy, whatever the fuck it was, for the finale and all that shit. Love that show. But the curse of me is that I'm really bad at memorizing characters' names. So I make names up for them that seem to make sense in my world. And when I explain this to other people, it actually makes sense in their world, although they laugh and giggle at me. Problem with this strategy is that when you talk, like I was talking to our son Alvin about Breaking Bad, and we were swapping ideas, and then he said, the Chicken Man. I'm like, who the fuck's the Chicken Man? And then he said, the Chicken Man. He's getting a little frustrated with me. I'm like, oh, poo holes. I nicknamed the Chicken Man Poo Holes because the actor's name is Albert. I don't think it's really Poo Holes, but he became Poo Holes. So the old curse of calling the Chicken Man Poo Holes came back to haunt me because I didn't know what the fuck he was talking about for like 3 days of texting, and he didn't know what the fuck I was talking about. On that same show, Gus Fringe, he was telling me shit about Gus Fringe, and I didn't know what he was talking about because Gus Fringe is Fixing Pappy. That's what he is. Fixing Pappy. Shit goes wrong, and they gotta call Fixing Pappy, and he comes in there and he fixes all the fucking shit. So it's Poo Holes and Fixing Pappy, and this shit comes back to fucking haunt me. Now, moving on, I'm gonna do this as like a TV, this is like a TV movie block. I actually like some foreign films, Fellini, City of Women and stuff, but my brain has to be sharp as a fucking tack to deal with subtitles. So sometimes I'll be looking and we'll find a great horror movie and go, fuck me in a bucket of goo. It's in a foreign language and it's fucking subtitles and I'm just not able for it. I'm not able to read a movie right now and I will want to see it. But then the other shit comes back to haunt me, and I think we've all done this, and if we haven't, try it out. You're watching a movie and somebody says some shit and you don't quite hear exactly what they said, and it could be really important, so you pause and you wind it back and you crank the volume up and then you talk over it because you're talking about missing it and you miss it a fucking second time, and then you get mean to the people in your house, which is basically just my wife. Quiet, I wound that back so we could fucking hear it. You said, what did they say? And I said, I don't know, let's wind it back and hear it again. And that's what I did. I wound it back so we could hear it again. And then you asked me a question, I asked you a question. Now we fucking do that like 3 times, and then we still don't fucking get it. Pow! In with the subtitles. The thumb goes up, and then it's English subtitles, and then the word comes up, and then it'll be something really fucking stupid that didn't have anything to do with anything, but it took 9 minutes off our lives. And then I can't get rid of the fucking subtitles. I just fucking can't get rid of them. And then some of the shit that we watch, and when it gets late, different noises spook Sparky, like the end of the Twin Peaks episode. That electric goes flying, so and it scares the fuck out of her. So I watch TV late at night with the volume down, and the subtitles are up. So I actually use subtitles all the time for movies that are in a language that I can understand. That's fucked up, but it's a good idea. All right, so now we're moving right along here. Mayor of Easttown, Clee's sister. I hope you saw the finale. I'm not actually going to do spoilers here because this was a real fucking heart-thumping murder mystery, not as good as Twin Peaks, but it's like 7 episodes. Pow, pow, pow. We did a terrible thing, my wife and I. We got hooked on it before the season finale. And then I don't like watching TV and be subjected to shit like normal people, because when the thing ends, I want to be able to see the next one. Sunday night, when that thing would end, you'd be like, fuck you. Fuck you, and then the new episode streaming Sunday nights and the fucking horse you rode in on. You motherfuckers, I'm going to sit here and stare at that fucking TV for a whole week until the fucking finale comes up. So now, season 1, that was it. 7 episodes. I was not alone. The fucking Clee sister was in there. My daughter and her husband that are watching Twin Peaks season 3, they were in there. We were swapping theories. And I can tell you this, if you do what I do and you guess all the theories, eventually one of them will be right. Because there was even a scenario where I was the fucking suspect. I thought I did it. So we're all swapping theories. I threw out a ridiculous theory to our daughter, and I said, and it was a text thread, and her and my wife were mocking me in the text thread. They were doing it. Alexa, stop. There's no way the show can be over because it didn't start on time. So I said, and when they mocked me, I said, okay, when you find out when this is over and that's what really happened, you will owe me a Mars bar. And my theory was actually correct. And Josie had to track me down a Mars bar, and that was a fucking dick move because you can't fucking get them. So she searched all over the planet to get me Mars bars, and that is also connected to fucking Ireland. That's where they came from. So Mars bars showed up today in a box. My wife didn't know what it was. She opened it up. She saw there was Mars bars. I didn't fucking see it. She quick wrapped it up so I would be surprised, and she watched me open the Mars bars bet from Mayor of Easttown. That's fucking badass right there. And there's a lot of stories connected to Mars bars, which I will save for another time. But the behind the scenes shit on Mayor from Easttown was kind of amazing. If you're down outside of Philly, we're talking Kennett Square and where Longwood Gardens is, you're pretty damn close to Delaware. In fact, that is called Delaware County. Now, you can get drips and drams of a kind of a hybrid Pennsylvania accent with just a hint of Southern accent that's hardly detectable other than it fucked up the normal accent. So Mayor of Easttown did a great job on that Delaware County accent with just a hint of South. But they fucking gave it to everybody. Everybody doesn't have that fucking accent. Everybody doesn't have the Pennsylvania with a fucking hint of Southern. That's too fucked up. So that became a flaw in that. And then once you realize this shit, then it makes you laugh. And the other thing that pissed us off, and our daughter, another daughter was watching this thing too. She gets pissed off at different things to mock, much like I do. And her and her boyfriend were pissed off at the beer because Mayor, the lady cop, was drinking Rolling Rock. I know why they did it, but she was badass and it's a biker beer. And so the only two beers in the movie were Rolling Rock and Yingling. Yingling is another good pick for Pennsylvania film. But we are talking about Longwood Gardens down there and Kennett Square. This is a kind of a rich, snooty area where they're going to be drinking microbrews and IPAs with a hint of pineapple and all that shit. They're not going to have fucking Yingling and Rolling Rock. So the beer fucking pissed me off. Now, we're all on the edge of our seat. We watched the episode 6, which is the one right before the finale, to time it so it would end. Pow! We'd go right into the finale. And the HBO Max app fucking crashed on every fucking body. Every fucking body. Twitter was aghast. People were fucking launching wars, airstrikes on fucking HBO Max. We waited the whole fucking week. We waited a whole fucking week, and it's 10 o'clock. Pow! Not available right now. How the fuck could they not know people were going to watch this thing? Motherfuckers. This went on all night, and I'm nuts, and I'm trying every fucking thing. I'm going to take a free subscription to fucking Showtime, and if all this now, I couldn't fucking do it. And somehow, knowing that everybody was suffering made me feel a teeny little bit better. But so for a while, the big twist of Mayor of Easttown was the HBO Max app was the fucking killer. How about that? Fuck me in a bucket of goo. So that was good fun. We finally sorted out all that shit. The other beer that was missing, if we're going to hit the beers, the beer that was missing, the Pennsylvania beer that was missing, is also ties back to my brother-in-law Jack in Ireland, Miller Lite. Miller Lite is Pennsylvania beer. It's fucking everywhere. My brother-in-law drinks Miller Lite, and it's really water is what it is. When I was out of state college performing, I wanted a bottle of water, and it's a college town, so they handed me a Coors Light, because that's fucking water, and that's what Miller Lite is. So when we went to Ireland, the whole family was aware and warned him, do not embarrass us by trying to order a Miller Lite in fucking Ireland. That was the whole thing that we had to keep an eye on him right there. And so I like good beers. And then I'm going to go down to Shanghai. They got every fucking beer in the world. This was back when I had money. Boy, those were the days. I said, I'm trying to find a really awesome light beer for my brother-in-law. And I went through like fucking 10 different ones. He hated every fucking one of them. I'm getting pissed off. I'm going down to Shanghai. I said, listen, he hated all of these, and I don't really like light beer, so I pissed away all his fucking money on beer for my brother-in-law that he don't even fucking like. And he says, well, what kind of beer does he like? Miller Lite. And he goes, Shangy goes, ugh. He doesn't really like beer. And then I went back to Jack and I said, there's no beer for you because you like Miller Lite. And Jack said, well, I don't really like beer, motherfucker. So that was a whole thing there. Miller Lite is the staple of Pennsylvania. I fought with the bar that I was doing a show at. They had one of those marquee signs out front, and the show wasn't selling that well, and I was all fucking mad. Why don't we put me on that sign? And they said, well, that's for advertising for the bar. The sign says Miller Lite. Every fucking bar in Pennsylvania serves Miller Lite. You don't drive past the bar and go, I think I'd like to go in there, but I'm not sure if they have Miller Lite. And then you see it on that sign, you come to a fucking screeching halt, and you run over an old lady because, oh my God, this is fucking miracle to have Miller Lite in there, motherfucker. So there you go, Miller Lite, boom, roasted. The other fun thing about Mayor from East Town is that three of the leading ladies are really gorgeous, and they had to go to ugly makeup in there. And they really uglied up Kate Winslet, and I believe you've seen her. My wife is hotter than Kate Winslet. And whenever I'm really going fucking nuts, I'm like, yeah, well, things are tough, but my wife is fucking hotter than Kate Winslet. They fucking uglied her up, and they uglied up another one, her friend, and then there was another older lady. Then they uglied all of them up. The men didn't need uglying up. All the men looked exactly like they fucking did. They just looked at them and they're like, yeah, you're sufficiently ugly to play this role. No more needs to be done. They probably reported, well, do I have to report to ugly makeup like Kate Winslet? And they were like, no, you're good. You're there. You're all right. So there you go. Ugly makeup school. Fucking boom roasted. Oh, I missed one too on the, I think I said this already, but it fits in the thing I was talking about here. The Delaware County, Pennsylvania with a dash of South. When I worked 19 jobs and show business, a screen printing job I had in this town, and there was a guy from the South with a really thick Southern accent, and he used to talk. He's the guy, remember I told you he would say a thing, then he would answer, so I didn't have to fucking talk. He said, I was thinking about getting me some lunch. You want some lunch? Quiet, I'm trying to think. Is that what you say? Yeah, that's what you say. So finally I said, okay, you're from the South. Where in the South? Anyway, Baltimore. Fuck you. That's not the South, motherfucker. That would have been funnier if I would have said it back when I did. And I'm just starting to cook with gas here right now. So look out. Still don't know what the fuck happened with this camera. I'm going to fucking sort this shit out tonight. True Detective. Season 1. Highly recommended. My daughter gave season 1 to me, DVDs, for a Father's Day or a birthday present. I'm a bad father because I don't remember which one, but she can't remember either way. Season 1 is fucking brilliant. It's Matthew McConaughey, Woody Harrelson. The other seasons have some good people in them, but they suck batshit balls. I just did a rewatch of that, and once I see something, and then it makes me laugh, and it fucking ruins the whole thing for me. So Matthew McConaughey's character in this thing is bleak and dark, and they are searching for a serial killer, and nobody fucking believes anything they say, and there's dark, creepy fucking satanic rituals and all this cool shit. And his partner, Woody Harrelson, it's Rust, like Rust, and Marty are in the cop car all the time, driving around, and Rust doesn't hardly say nothing, but when he says anything, he goes really dark. Every fucking thing he says is dark and bleak. And then when I realized it started to make me laugh, because Woody Harrelson is going to say, you know, you're depressed all the time. Why don't you settle down, get yourself a nice house and a wife and a dog that you can hold in your hands? And with that, Russ didn't skip a beat. He goes, that's the kind of thing that attracts evil. See, man's nature is pure evil, and you have to be evil to catch the evil. The difference between me and you is that I know that I'm evil, and you think that you're not evil, but you're as evil as me. You need evil to catch evil. And I gotta be not quite as evil as them to catch evil, or I'd be with them. I gotta just be a lot more evil than you, or we'll never fucking catch him. Because, and then Woody Harrelson's just staring at him like, what the fuck's wrong with you? Those things that you hold sacred and joy, that's an evil magnet. And then that's what evil looks for. Evil looks for someone like you standing there holding the dog lovingly in his hands. And then so evil can come in and cut off both your hands. And you can watch that dog you love and the hands that held that dog drop. And I can't live like that. And that's every fucking thing he says like that. And then Woody Harrelson would go, you know, it's stuff like that that makes it so people don't really want to hang out with you at the picnic. Fucking amazing. True Detective, Season 1. Check it out. And I think you'll be able to see this now. Oh, I got a glare on me here. This is important. Let me do this. I'm setting everything up. As I struggle to survive in this business that has fucked me up the ass without Vaseline, I love entertaining, but it's definitely about money. I gotta fucking earn some money. And then when I'm finally performing, and people that I know live in that fucking town say, well, I'm busy then, I get a little fucking worked up, because if people don't come to my show, I don't make any money. So, being quarantined and not having money, I started to walk around my house and notice things in my house that I bought that I don't know why I fucking bought them. I don't know when I fucking bought them. I don't know what I paid for it. But I wish the fuck the thing was out of the house, and whatever I paid for that, I would have the fucking money now. And there's no finer example of that than this. Right here. You see that? Can you fucking see that? That is an eye chart. That's what that fucking is. Let me turn this thing here. Turn this motherfucker. Alexa, turn off light. You see this? I bought a fucking eye chart. There's an eye chart in my home. I don't know how it fucking got here. I know I brought it in, but I don't know why I fucking brought it in. I don't know how much I paid for it, but it couldn't have been cheap. And there's no explanation for it. I have a lot of dumb shit that I can explain, that I can fucking justify. I have no sound explanation for this eye chart. I can't tell you that I ever got it so that I could play eye exam and cover up one eye and then read this fucking shit and go, oh, the A-X. Y-U-I-Z, and I didn't even fucking play that. So right now, to humor me, I would like all of you to cover an eye and read this fucking chart and then put the letters in there that you can see. That way, I will at least have some fucking idea of why I bought this. It will have some value in my life. So there it is. And this is going to be hopefully a new segment in my show weekly. Shit in my house that I bought that I don't fucking know how it got here, and I wish I had the fucking money. And you can't really sell a thing like this. That's another thing. It was yard sale day in my town, and a lot of people around. Everybody has too much shit, and they think they're gonna get a lot of fucking money for it. If I saw this at a yard sale, some dumb motherfucker would think that some stupid fuck like me would pay $20-$30 for this. I probably did, but I think I paid that when it was fucking new. So, this has no value. I can't sell this on eBay, because who the fuck is going to pack up and ship a fucking eye chart light? And I am worried that this is not the fucking worst thing that I own that's in this fucking house. I'm concerned that this is only a tip of the iceberg, that there's weird fucking shit in this house. I was pissing and moaning way back when we first started fucking streaming about the commercial for the silver bullet, and my wife yanked a fucking silver bullet right out of the fucking cupboard. Did we have a fucking silver bullet and makes it's a fucking mixer with a small cup. That's all it fucking is. So there's shit in this house that I shouldn't have bought, That's because I had money and I was too fucking stupid to know that don't buy the eye chart because your entire entertainment industry will be fucking destroyed, and you'll look at that fucking thing and you'll go, yeah, I can see, but I can't fucking hear now, motherfucker. I sure wish I had this back so I could go to fucking ear doctor, you cocksuckers. So there we go. There's eye chart. I can't even stand to look at it anymore. I'm gonna turn this fucking thing off right there. We'll turn this off, and then we'll move this over here. Alexa, turn on light. So, okay, so there's that eye chart. And the hell of it is now, okay, so I worked hard to set this up tonight for this because I had to take it from where the fuck it was hanging, scared the fuck out of me, bring it down, dust it off, make sure that there was a light bulb in there, plug it in, line up the fucking camera here that didn't fucking work, and hope like hell this one would catch that. But I'm also a very lazy ass. And this fucking eye chart will be here for a couple days now, and I'll sit there and I'll go, put the fucking eye chart away, motherfucker. So then, that's another thing. Where do I put an eye chart? Well, I don't really have an eye chart spot, do I? But apparently I had one because it was fucking hanging somewhere. So, eye chart, boom, roasted. There's that. New segment though, watch for that. Shit in my house that I shouldn't have bought. And again, this show might get long. There's no way of knowing because I don't really know when I started. So how about that?
I see Sparky now.
You see Sparky now? That's cool. Hi, coming in? She's not coming. She's looking though. She's thinking about it. All right. So now this happened to me. And probably happened to you. Someone comes over to your house and they leave and they left without their wallet or their purse. And then you text them and they go, I know, I'll get it tomorrow. Okay, no big deal. So our daughter's boyfriend left his wallet here, and he does that a lot because man wallets are really fucking thick. And there's a lot of shit in them. And we put them on our ass pocket, and then when we try to sit down, it's not fucking comfortable. It's a big fucking block of shit. Mostly cards. Fucking all kinds of fucking cards. And they're not comfortable. So I have different wallets that when I do leave the house, I don't need all that shit in there. And then there's different categories of shit. Because I couldn't possibly take my wallet out somewhere where I was and set it on a coffee table and hope like hell I'd fucking remember. I gotta leave it at the uncomfortable ass patch right there. That's what I gotta do. But the problem is this. If somebody left a wallet or a purse in your house, you look at it and you go, I'm not the kind of person who would go through that wallet or that purse. But having that thought means you're pretty damn close to that person because you shouldn't have had that thought that you would never fucking look in there, because that means on some planet you were having a thought of fucking looking in there. And the reason you're thinking of looking in there is because you watch too many fucking horror movies, serial killing shows, where the thing that's going to solve the whole mayor of Easttown is in that fucking wallet, and you're screaming at the TV, look in the fucking wallet! Look in the fucking wallet, and you'll find the fucking key, and you'll find out he's a murderer, and you can get the fuck out of there. Or, don't look in there, or you'll find out he's having weird gay Eskimo sex, and you don't want to fucking know about that. So, the best solution to that is get that fucking wallet or purse out of here just as quickly as humanly fucking possible. And never tell the person that you didn't look in it, because that's a confession that you actually fucking looked in it. So now my wallet is so fucking thick, not with money, I'm now officially paranoid that when I go out in the world, I will run into Samuel L. Jackson and he'll say, hey, what's in your wallet? And I'll say, well, I got a library card, which is fucked up because I use a Kindle. There's a Costco card in there, AAA card. I don't fucking drive anywhere, and then various expired cards. If Samuel L. Jackson asked me what's in my fucking wallet, he will never ask that question again, because he'll get a fucking earful from me. I got my vaccination card in there. I got all kinds of fucking shit in there. Someone left a wallet. Boom roasted. So guys with fat wallets, you know exactly what I'm talking about. And some people, there's a few of them, and this is a Pennsylvania thing. There's guys that still don't text and you don't email, and they get all fucking phone numbers and shit in their wallets this fucking thick. We are at the point in society, man, where we have to consider getting a purse. That's what we got to do. We got to get a man purse. But the problem with a man purse is we men could not be trusted with all that extra space, because if I took all the shit that's in my wallet and got a man purse, I'd have like fucking 80% free space in that man purse. Free space with men is fucking dangerous, because then we say, I have all that free space, I hate to waste it. And then what we do, let's put a can of WD-40 in there. That could be fucking helpful. How about an extra pint of driving whiskey? How about a deck of cards? How about an emergency can of beer? And before we know it, the fucking purse is swelling fucking over, and we probably should have stayed with the wallet. So there you go. Boom roasted.
You want to see if Sparky wants some smoothie?
Well, I can't hear you, woman.
You want to see if Sparky wants some smoothie?
What?
Somebody said she might like some.
Some slushy. Smoothie. All right. Somebody thought it would be a good time to interrupt my show and have Sparky bite me. Sparky, I know you're pissed off, but this was not my idea. Somebody in the chat said you might like some smoothie. So here you go. You can see she's very angry. She's considering this, and whoever suggested that, I'd like to thank you, because she's really fucking mad at me. Right now, she's mad at me. She's not mad at you. I'm the dick. She's not gonna like it. She's biting me, and she just fucking flew back. Fuck me in a bucket of goo. All right. Now, what the fuck was I talking about? Nice try, anyway, but that didn't go well at all. It wasn't me. Was it Kevin Keller? Okay, Sparky, Kevin Keller is who you should be fucking mad at, not me. That wasn't my idea. All right. Now, going back to my being pissed off about people not wanting to see me where I am, again, no finer example of that is when my wife and I drove from Pennsylvania to Florida to perform. And again, I've ranted about this before. Anybody who is thinking of making that trip and thinking, I don't want to fly, it's too expensive, let's just drive it and see the country. Get your fucking head on straight. That's the dumbest fucking idea that there ever was. You drive and you drive and you drive and you drive, and you keep on driving, and it's never over, and you're never there, and your fucking ass starts to hurt, and you don't want to stop, and you push your head up, you put your ass up and do this because you got fucking car ass and all that shit, and then you got all the way fucking down there, and it was very rewarding because I don't get to perform in Florida. There's somebody probably in the chat from Florida tonight. Sold out shows, standing ovations, people were so grateful, and I was so full of myself until I realized mostly everybody at those shows was from fucking Pennsylvania, and they didn't fucking come to see me when I was up in the fucking Majestic Theater, Pottsville. I thought, no, let's just wait until we retire, and then we'll go to Florida, and then you can drive all the way through the fucking Carolinas and perform for us fucking down there, you motherfucker. We can't go see you where you are. You have to come to have us see you where we are now, motherfucker. So there you go. Florida, fucking boom roasted. All right, there you go. Sparky, you know you really hurt Kevin Keller's feelings by not drinking that smoothie. She's looking. Let's see now, okay. I'm all over the place here. I remembered some shit that I used to perform at. Okay, so, we've all done it. Well, we haven't all done it, but there is something actually fun about going to Lancaster to take pictures of the Amish. This is something I didn't know, and I'm still writing apology letters to tourists that I terrorized. There's something really fucking fun about going down there and snapping a picture of the Amish. Especially for me, because you peckerheads, see, you gotta kind of make it look like you didn't do anything, right? So you gotta go in there, get yourself a nice spot, and sneak up and kind of do like a selfie and catch Amish over your shoulder. Not me. I'm Amish undercover. I can stroll into a pack of Amish anywhere in Lancaster with my cell phone hidden cleverly in my pocket and say, yo, Stoltz Foods. And then like fucking 90 of them turn around and I'm like, Snapchat, bitch. How about that? And Snapchat's great too because when they get upset, the picture disappears in like 10 seconds. It's, what the fuck you're talking about? There's nothing in there. All right, Snapchat. Boom, roasted. Let's see here. We got that. All right. Sold out Florida. Pictures of Amish. There we go. Yo, Stoltz Food, Snapchat, bitch. Okay, more fun stuff. I'm not really happy about this at all either because my wife is one of 4 sisters, and every so often they get together. And sometimes it's in this town and sometimes it isn't. There's talk of them getting together in Massachusetts. That means possibly in June I will be here unsupervised and my wife will be up in fucking Massachusetts with her sisters and recreational marijuana is legal up there. If that ain't another fucking kick in the balls right there. So, but to have an amazing time, it's just gonna have to. I guess we might have to sell this iChart light so she can have some fun bucks. But so what we're talking about, they're really fun sisters when they get together. The subject came up, and I don't know why, I don't know how, but when you travel now, you also gotta worry about where you're going to pee and when you're going to pee, and it's a little different thing now. Than this flashed me back to some old comedy of my own, is that pee is the great equalizer. You can't have any fun in your life when you gotta pee. It's fucking impossible because the pain of the pee takes over your every thought. And it could be gorgeous, supermodel in front of you naked, and you have a whole big stack of $1 bills, and you gotta pee, and you don't even fucking see her. And it just says, get the fuck out of here, I gotta pee. And that pee gets so fucking, the pain in there, when you can finally get to pee, the pain is so intense that you can't actually start even to pee right away. There's a whole process to plow through that pain to get to the pee. But when you're finally past the pain part and the pee is mostly out of you, that feeling is euphoric. In fact, that feeling of I just peed when I had all that fucking pain and agony should be a medical marijuana strain, like purple rest stop relief, some kind of fucking thing where you oh my god, that was amazing. I had to pee, and now I peed, and everything's fucking fine there. So, just bear that in mind. If somebody's not enjoying something, it might be because they had to pee. How about that? Googling around here, I figured some shit out. If you do Google Maps on the app, it gets you there faster than if you do Google Maps on a fucking MacBook Pro. It's a MacBook Pro. I love it. Thank you, GoFundMe. But again, like the camera that fucked up, something weird that the directions from the MacBook Pro Google Maps take fucking longer than the app. That's really fucked up. Which also reminded me of back in the olden days when we did, before we could Google shit. We didn't Google, we asked Jeeves. There was like a fucking butler there, and he'd say, ask Jeeves. And that was basically just fucking Googling. Somehow, Googling fucking murdered Ask Jeeves. And I think that was way fucking cooler to ask Jeeves than to Google shit. The fucking butler right there. I think you can still actually ask Jeeves. I'll have to... Alexa, can I still ask Jeeves?
I don't know that one.
I don't know that one. That's my fucking point right there. Google killed fucking Jeeves. I know the butler didn't fucking do it because Jeeves is a fucking butler. That's another fucking mystery for Kate Winslet to solve down there when she goes to the fucking Wawa. How about that? Random thought for 47B here. I like sorbet. And I fucking hate that I like sorbet because I don't like the word. Sorbet is one of those things that sounds like I would never fucking eat. and it's basically an Italian ice, but it's sorbet. I don't like the fucking name. I have sorbet. I like sorbet, and I have as much disdain for saying that I like sorbet as I do for now that I'm a fucking vegetarian. And that was never the plan. I'm a vegetarian who doesn't like vegetables, and I like fucking sorbet, and I don't like to say that I like sorbet, and I'm a fucking wreck here. And I'm out of shit. I don't know what else to tell you. I will drink the shot of smoothie that was meant for Sparky. How about that, Sparky? A shot of smoothie is a bad idea. That was fucking terrible. Never drink a shot of smoothie. Smoothie has to go through straw. All right, I'm getting ready to wrap things up here. You guys rock. Thanks for patience. I don't know how I'm going to fucking sort this thing out. I don't know what I'm going to do with my eye chart light. I got a lot of work to do. If you can get to the Majestic Theater, fantastic. If not, I'm going to be streaming live. Also, Clee's sister in there. Also, I've got to get you the Clee short stories. In fact, I'm going to be reading some of those for my Unshunned. That's one of my projects. Oh, I have another project for my Unshunned. I hope she never sees this, but I have some fans that reconnected with me, kind of, sort of, from back in the days when I had an agent who didn't know he was a fucking greedy, evil cocksucker. And one of them fans just connected with me, and the subject came up about whatever happened to your old agent. I said, never mention his name again, because he's a criminal and he fucking stole a lot of money from me, and he's just fucking evil, and I just don't even like to have to mention his name to me. It gets me too fucking worked up. And then she goes, so do you hear from him? How is he doing? Well, what the fuck? Didn't even fucking hear what I just said. Why would I keep tabs on somebody who fucking cheated me? Oh yeah, we talk all the time. Who did you fucking jerk off now or rip off and bone up the ass without Vaseline? But there is an actual point of this. One of the best things that ever happened to me is, okay, so my fabulous wife on the other side of the curtain, her mother, who's no longer with us, her and I got to be really good friends, and we swapped career stuff and family stuff and all that. Her wisdom, one of her wisdoms, I shouldn't say her wisdom, one of her wisdoms, emphatic about it, is never sign anything that you don't understand or didn't take to a lawyer. Never, ever, ever, because you can sign your life away. And I got from this agent the most hellish, worst fucking contract that a human being could give another human being. In this contract, that cocksucker wanted, what is that? A power of attorney. Power of attorney over my life to pull a fucking plug on me if I'm nuts and there's earwax and I can't fucking breathe. Yeah, sure. My wife shouldn't decide that you should have power of attorney. What the fuck? I had a contract lawyer look at it, and the contract was so bad, all these old celebrities had this contract, and they signed it, and my lawyer said, if you sign this, I can get you out of it, but it's going to cost you like $80,000 because it's a contract for ownership. So, future plan for me, Unshunned, we're going to break down this fucking contract and tell you all the fucking evil shit that was in there that I didn't sign, thanks to this woman that I married, an amazing mother, way smarter than me. Guys, don't be afraid of smart women, because they stop you from signing your fucking life away. That's going to be a project for Unshunned. I'm way behind on my Unshunned. I have more shit I'm going to do. I'm going to pound a fucking drill through a hard drive for my Unshunned. I'm going to read some Clee stories for my Unshunned. And we're going to break down my fucking contract for my Unshunned. And we might even do a fucking special just us eye test over there for my Unshunned. Thanks for tuning in. I don't know what else to say. I love you. Appreciate you very much. Have a wonderful week. And hopefully things will turn around for me. And I won't have to be such a complaining, miserable fuck all night long. Who the fuck wants to listen to this fucking bullshit? You tuned in to fucking be cheered up. You feel miserable right now. Holes in the car. My ears fucking blocked up. My fucking eye chart won't fucking sell. I'm a fucking wreck. But thanks for listening. I can't even close the MacBook and do that screen that says stream ending soon because I can't fucking do it. So we'll do this. We'll do that. Wait.